Hey everybody, how is it going? Hockey here. Today, bringing you a new video. It's been quite a while, but it's winter, baby, and that means new anime and some interesting stuff that I really do want to talk about. Like Promised Neverland has got an anime that's coming out. Mob Psycho Season 2. The manga, I finished the manga. I can't wait to see some stuff in that. And today, the one we're talking about today, Dororo. So let's go ahead and jump right into this discussion video for this episode 1 of Dororo, shall we? Let's go. Okay, episode 1 of Dororo. This video is going to be a discussion, okay? It's going to be me comparing the manga, the first 2 chapters of the manga, which is pretty much the adaptation of the first episode of the anime, and comparing the differences because there are quite a bit of differences. Some are very minute, not really that big of a deal. Some are pretty big, and I wonder how they're going to be changing the story. But that's what's going to be happening. I might go into little spoilery things. At the end of the episode, something happens. Some people, I saw that some people already got what was going on, and some people are like, what the hell's happening? So I don't want to ruin that for people that are like, what the hell's happening? If you think you got it, continue on with this. I'll leave a timestamp here that you can go to where I finish my little ramble on the comparison. It might be a little while because it's pretty big, but until I get to that point, I'll try not to spoil anything. The anime doesn't really do a good job explaining this stuff. It might be explained as time goes on with the series, but I just kind of, like I said, want to compare the two since I have read the manga. The original source material by Osamu Tezuka, which is like, he's one of my favorite all-time mangakas. If you guys haven't read a lot of his stuff, you guys need to get on that. Definitely read Phoenix. But anyway, I'm going to be just comparing the two, so let's go ahead and jump into that right now. So we actually start off with a big change. Okay, this is a big change. In the anime, we see Daigo, who is the father. Okay, he's the one that wants to rule over the country at the moment. He goes into the Hall of Hells, or the Hall of Hell, or pretty much Hall of Demons, and in the anime, the priest is already there, which is the same as the manga, but the biggest difference here is that the fact that in the manga, he asks the priest if he will leave, he wants to stay here and pretty much like be in his own thoughts in a Hall of Hell. You know, I don't know who wants to go to be in their own thoughts, but he tells the priest, I want to be in my own thoughts, and the priest leaves. Well, in the anime, the priest pretty much knows what he's there for. Okay, in the manga, he had no clue. In the anime, he pretty much knows what Daigo is here for, and he's pretty much trying to stop Daigo from doing what he's about to do. And in turn, he tries to burn the place, but Daigo's like, he's not having that, and Daigo cuts him down. So, in the manga, it's different. The priest leaves, Daigo then starts making a deal with the demons. Now, in the manga, it's actually 48 demons. In the anime, he said 12. Now, I'm not sure if that could be a translation thing, but I doubt that's like a translation error. I think it's just going to be 12 demons in the anime. Maybe this is like a 12-episode show or something like that. They're trying to pull like a... dang, what's that other show with the swords? I can't remember the name of the anime. If you know what it is, you know, the swordless swordman. I can't remember the name right now, but if you remember, you can leave it in the description. But that's not what we're here to talk about. He makes it with 12 in the anime, and it's not really specified what he made a pact or promise of. In the anime, he just says, hey, demons, my land is with famine, all this stuff. I need you to help me pretty much have whatever the hell you want. And then he gets the X mark on his head. He gets struck by lightning, X is formed on his head. His wife has the kid, and we learn exactly what it was that they took. Sort of. So, in the manga, Daigo pretty much says, hey, I want to rule this shit, so help me out and he doesn't really give this crazy speech about famines and stuff like that. In the manga, I think he's just a fucking savage regardless. And that in the manga, that he's just like, hey, make me the one. I want to be that. I'll give you anything. And so he sees a baby mouse walking on the ground, and that's like the sign, pretty much. Like, oh, so you want my kid? Well, you can have my kid. My kid's about to be born in like 2 days. So have my kid. Take 48 parts of my kid. His fucking eyes, his toes, his fingers, his hands. Take 48 pieces, because there's 48 demons. Spread them amongst yourself. Spread them out. Here, take my kid. And he's like, give me a sign. And then that's when he gets struck. Now, here's where the priest comes into play in the manga. He witnesses this, and he tries to flee. But Daigo catches him, kills him, puts a sword in him. You get struck by lightning, the priest burns. Fucking savage. So, the opening is pretty different. The amount of demons is also pretty big. So I'm wondering what they're going to do with this. Or like what exactly they're going to do. It actually might be the case because the manga was actually canceled, so they really didn't even do all 48. But now the scene with the baby Hyakkimaru, which is his name, by the way, if you don't know, it's pretty much generally the same gist. We have the baby. We learn that this baby is fucking grotesque. It has missing parts. Now, in the manga, it's pretty much blatant what happened because it's explained beforehand. Okay, we said that we're gonna take my kids' organs. That was explained. In the anime, it's not really said. You don't know anything happened. It happens like that scene happens right after, so it can be a little confusing. But I think people are able to just put 2 and 2 together and be like, okay, this is what they took. Because I mean, Daigo said it himself. He's like, they listened. This is the sign. This is it. This is like they did it. And the wife is like, hey, like I love my kid. Like, what are you doing? He's like, nah, it's gonna get in the way. So here's another difference. In the manga, there's no handmaid that puts the baby in the river. It's actually Daigo and his wife that actually do this. They put the baby in there, and it's kind of like the same thing, like should we even let it live kind of thing. But there's no demon that kills the lady or nothing. That stuff doesn't happen in the manga. But this stuff is perfectly fine. Like I was saying before, everything is pretty much the same context, right? Everything is nothing that is really drastically changing everything, right? It's like sequences that lead to the same point, but things start to diverge when Dororo is actually shown, and this is where I'm going to be getting into like a spoilery kind of territory. It's not really spoilery because I'm only addressing what happens in the first 2 chapters and in the first episode. But what I'm about to talk about actually addresses the last part of the first episode, like I said before. So if you think you understood that part, stick around. If not, like I said, I'll leave a timestamp when I'm done. So here we go. So the scene we see with Dororo is pretty much the same. Dororo's fucking around. He's fucking around with all the grown-ups, being his thieving self. And Hyakkimaru actually comes across them. He's on the bridge, the same as he is in the anime. But the biggest difference, okay, this is like the biggest difference, okay, this is a character change, complete character change. Hyakkimaru in the anime is very doll-like. This is said too. The guy's like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? He looks like a doll. He looks fake as hell. He's staring into nothing. He's not looking at anything. We know why he's not looking at anything, because he doesn't have any fucking eyeballs. That was addressed. He's pretty much, he's a doll. He has nothing. So in the manga, Hyakkimaru at this point in time talks. In the anime, he doesn't talk. In the anime, he's just blank. In the manga, he's not. He has a personality. I actually love the guy in the manga. He's like, he's funny. You can tell he's been through this he's been going through what he's doing for a long time. You can tell. He has like a smile on his face. He's talking to Dororo. You know, his interactions with Dororo is like really good. Which it's kind of changed at the end because, you know, what actually happens in the manga, I mean, in the anime is Dororo saved. That sequence was really fucking good. Way better than the manga sequence. It was pretty much the same, like cutting things, but when it's animated, it looks so good. The scene with the freaking garbage monster, the garbage spirit, that's a little different. Like in in the manga, Hyakkimaru is like, hey, like, I smell death, pretty much. He's telling these people that, and they're like, what the hell are you talking about? And then the guy gets killed. He pretty much gets killed in the anime too. But Hyakkimaru is so different that I don't know if I like it. Like, it's weird. It's like, I don't feel like it's a change. It's a really is a big change. Now the reason why he is already at this point is because, and this is addressing this stuff. So as I said, if you're still here, this is going to confirm something you might not want to be confirmed. So like I said, timestamp. But at this point in the manga, when he meets Dororo, he has killed 8 demons, which means he has retrieved 8 pieces of himself. In the anime, I'm not quite sure if he's done that. He hasn't even gotten his vocal cords or nothing yet. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't speak. He doesn't even have his face. In the manga, he has his face. He doesn't have eyeballs yet and stuff. But he has his face. So at the end of this episode, he killed the demon, and in turn, that demon, he got his face back from that demon. So the change is that Hyakkimaru is pretty much a totally different character. And it's funny because I'm watching, like, the opening sequence is really fucking good, but I noticed that he's very dark. He looks very moody, you know what I mean? Like, very blank. He just kind of stares. He's like, it looks fucking cool. I love his design. But he's just so different. But I like it. It's like, it's weird. Like, I've been battling with this all day. Like, do I like this or don't like this? And I think it's a fine change. I would love to see, you know, the manga version of Hyakkimaru on the screen, you know, but we have Dororo. He's pretty much the same character. But yeah, that's pretty much that. That's it right there. That's what I have to say. So like I said, he kills it. He pretty much gets that part back. So I hope that confirms some of your people's speculations. If not, I apologize for spoiling you if you didn't want to be here for that, but I gave you warnings. But yeah, guys, like overall, episode 1 of Dororo was good. I think it did its job. It raised a lot of ears. People seem to be interested. People seem to love the first episode, which I'm happy for. I hope people continue to watch it because there's a lot of crazy stuff to come, man. It's a good series, man. It's really good, and I can't wait to talk about episode 2. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep doing this. If you guys want me to keep doing this, where I talk about, you know, the comparisons between the chapters, I don't mind doing that. I find it fun. I feel like at some point they're just gonna it's probably gonna divert a lot, but for now, everything is pretty much generally the same, except that big change, which is Hyakkimaru is a big change. That's a big change, though. His whole demeanor, his attitude, like, he has no attitude. He has no personality like he does in the manga. He has a fucking personality there. Right now, he's just a doll. But I'm very interested in seeing where they go with him in this adaptation of the series. But overall, I really think this is the first episode. I digged it a lot, man. It gets my seal of approval, if that means anything. Thank you for sticking around, and thank you for watching the video. If you have watched it, don't forget, if you would like to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. It lets me know, you know, whether you enjoyed the content or not. And yeah, man, until we speak again, sayonara, my friends. Have a good one.